across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys. The giddy have gone.
This morning, it's 9:30 now, and already this morning has been one of them mornings. This is what you're going to run through a lot when you're doing specialized freight. You're going to run into this a lot, where things change, things happen. This afternoon and tomorrow, I have 2 tanks that I'm picking up out of Washington Courthouse, Ohio. They're a couple 100-mile run, just going up to the northeast corner of Ohio. These tanks are 13 foot 8 inches round, so they're going to be 13 8 inches wide, and they're going to be on my trailer because my deck height is 22 inches. With that much, they only weigh 5,000 pounds, so they're not going to squat my trailer at all. So they're going to be on my trailer. You take the 13/8 of the tank, the diameter of the tank, plus whatever my trailer height is, which is 22 inches when I'm empty, and 5,000 pounds is going to basically be empty. So add those two numbers, the 22 inches and the 13/8 together. It's going to come out to somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 foot 6 inches tall. In Ohio, those dimensions require both a rear escort and a high pole front escort. The width, anything over 13 foot in Ohio, requires a rear escort. The height, anything over 14.6 high in Ohio, requires a pole car to go with you. So I had Monday. I knew about these loads on Monday. I have a high pole that I use a lot. I called him. He agreed that he would come down and do it for me, run these 2 loads. There was some discretion, some issue between getting these loads set up and getting the orders put in. So I didn't get it. That didn't happen until yesterday, and apparently that pole car that I had set up got a little bit jumpy and a little bit worried, and he ended up canceling on me. So I have a rear escort set up for today, and last night at like 7:30 at night, my pole car canceled on me. This isn't common. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. Guys are on other loads. They think their load's going to deliver. It doesn't deliver. They end up having to cancel. This was a little bit different case, but he ended up canceling on me. So right now, right first thing this morning at 7:45, 8 o'clock, I'm making phone calls trying to find a pole car for today. Very difficult to manage to obtain a pole car in 5 hours, which is basically what we have here before I'm going to be loaded. Hopefully we're going to find one. I don't know yet. No, we don't have one locked in, but I got a couple different people working on it, so I'm confident that if there's a pole car out there to be had, we're going to find it and get it there this afternoon. Hopefully it'll be there, and I can get some footage of how that whole process works. When you set up with escorts, you got to measure their high poles, make sure that they're set above your limit. We'll do a little bit of talking about that. So I got that going on this morning, but this is the kind of stuff that on a daily basis, like, you got to deal with. Hauling specialized freight, it can be very gratifying, and it can also be very stressful. So this morning we're a little stressful. We'll see. I'll feel a lot better. I'm definitely going to feel a lot better when we get that high pole locked in, and I know we're good for this afternoon. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you just got to drop back and punt. I'm a Marine, and Marine Corps, one of the Marine Corps' biggest saying is adapt and overcome, and that is pretty much the name of the game this morning. I'm adapting and overcoming with everything.
truck stop coffee down. Midnight, I'm Miami bound. 40 tons of Pennsylvania steel. I'll race the rain, fight the wind. This radio's my only friend. But Lord, you know I love the way it feels, living life on 18 wheels. I love the new horizons, the change of scenery. Every day's different, that's what sets me free. Jamming gears, counting miles, crawling up these hills. I don't get tired of this grind, hell, I guess I never will. Slamming truck stop coffee down. Midnight, I'm Miami bound. 40 tons of Pennsylvania steel. I'll race the rain, fight the wind. This radio's my only friend. But Lord, you know I love the way it feels, living life on 18 wheels.
Yes, I'm making this face for a reason. So you heard me talking earlier, prior to showing you picking up the load, about the escort situation I ran into last night. Talked about it this morning. The pull car that I had bailed on me last minute last night at 7:30. So got on the phone this morning, started making calls, got some things in the works. We ended up setting up a escort, a pull car, for the guy said he could be there about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I was like, all right, you know, I can live with that. I'll get loaded, we'll get out of there about 3 o'clock. That'll get me around curfew in Columbus. Then I can get as close as possible and park it for the night. About an hour after that, that escort canceled. He, for whatever reason, couldn't make it. So we had to find another one. And the best we could find for the next escort, the next pull car, was tomorrow morning. So I did some figuring in my head. Not really going to make a whole lot of difference for delivery. Instead of being there first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to end up there between 10 and 11 tomorrow. Should still make it back down to Washington Courthouse and pick up the second one. So I was like, yeah, whatever, it is what it is, no big deal. So we got that all set up, and I thought I was good to go. I went in, you saw it, I went in and loaded, got it all tied down, secured, pulled it out front, put it in the parking lot, just dropped it there on site, so it's ready for first thing in the morning. We can roll out at daylight. Then I got a phone call that my rear escort was, the charges that they were asking for was way too high, like way too high. So we ended up not contracting with that escort and going on a hunt for a chase car. The rear escort is also called a chase car. So we ended up going on the hunt for a chase car. About 4:45 this afternoon, I finally got word that we got it all locked down. We got a pull car set up, be there first thing in the morning. Chase car set up, they can be there first thing in the morning. So in the end, it all worked out. I was kind of surprised that it worked out as late as it did, but we got it all worked out. Escorts contacted me. They said, what time do you want us there? I said, I'd like to roll out at daylight. Little explanation on that, in case you don't know how permits work. This obviously, it's a pretty big load, so it's a permit load. In the state of Ohio, this particular load, most loads, you are held to daylight hours only. And Ohio defines that by whatever the National Weather Service says is the daylight time for that day, but they also give you a half hour before daylight to a half hour after sunset. So you can run half hour before sunrise to half hour after sunset in the state of Ohio. Most states are like that. There are some. Pennsylvania's one that is sunrise to sunset only. So technically, sunrise tomorrow morning is at 7:07. So technically, I could leave there at 6:37. However, I am about 45 minutes from Columbus, so I don't think we're going to make the curfew in Columbus is from 7 to 9, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. No oversized travel within the outer belt. So, which includes the outer belt. So we're not going to be able to leave down here when I wanted to. But I think we can roll about 8 o'clock and we'll hit curfew right as it ends. Be able to run through, no big deal. The reason they do these curfews, it kind of makes sense. Like, I can't argue with it. That's high traffic time. Most curfews are 7 to 9 in the morning and 4 to 6 in the evening. I can't really argue that. It makes sense. There's a lot of cars on the road then. More risk for us, more risk for them. So that is the curfew in Columbus. That's what we're fighting with tomorrow. We're going to leave here about 8 o'clock. We should hit that curfew in Columbus right as it ends. Be able to keep running. But, as I was saying earlier, specialized freight. This is the stuff you run into once in a while where you gotta really like dodge a bunch of bullets. And today I felt like it was just one thing after another and trying to get this done. So looks like, you know, barring any problems, and these two escorts are pretty solid, so I don't think I'm gonna have any more problems. Barring any problems, I think it all worked out in the end. But again, I said it this morning, running specialized, it can be very rewarding, but it can also be very stressful. And today was full of stresses that I could have done without. So looks like it's all worked out. Hopefully I'll be able to do some filming tomorrow with the escorts. We can talk about that a little bit, how to run with escorts and what they do, what their responsibilities are versus what our responsibilities are to them. Give you a good idea how that works. So, stressful day, but it all worked out in the end. I went in, I got to the truck stop about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Went in, got a shower, got something to eat, and now I'm ready for bed. So, I'm gonna put it to bed tonight, and we will talk to you guys in the morning. Copy that, thank you.
So what would you like for me to keep or tell you back here?
Just let me know if I clear anything she calls out. We got 18s coming by us on the freeway. Other than that, whatever you think I need to know.
That eastbound Western Star. He's got a Nehemiah sticker for his brothers that still miss him, praying that somehow they make it home. He drives across this country from sea to shining sea, remembering the sacrifice, how freedom don't come free. With the windshield full of what he loves, takes pride in what he did and does. This soldier grabs another gear, and he rolls on. Stars, stripes, and white lines, charging through the long line, like an 18-wheel cavalry, loaded down with liberty. Where would America be without stars, stripes, and
Yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to go all the way to the end of this and turn right. And once we make that turn, I don't know, a half mile up there, you're going to smack a couple wires. I'm going to have to dive to the left. And then there's a few more strung out that you're going to run into before we get to 71.
Charging through the long night like an 18-wheel cavalry loaded down with liberty. Where would America be without the stars, stripes, and white lines?
Kind of glad we didn't do this yesterday as high wind as it was. It's blowing around like a kite.
Stars, stripes, and white lines
Pretty bad.
charging through the long night.
So you doesn't weigh anything. I think it's only 5,000 pounds, so
loaded
it's
down
going to
with
catch the wind
liberty.
fierce.
Stars, stripes, and white lines charging through the long night like an 18-wheel cavalry loaded down with liberty. Where would America be without stars, stripes, and white lines? An American eagle tattooed on his left arm. Oh, glory flying proud, that eastbound western star.
Yeah, I got that one right there.
Yeah, I'm going left.
You cleared it.
Driving trucks, eating chicken.
Guess my theory of it being spooked is back to another one.
Keep it in between the lines. Bird dogs are hunting, straight pipes are puffing. I'm
That was
loving
weird,
this
got two wires hanging down there.
County Mountie in the middle, think I just peed a little. Glad I ain't got no panties on. Don't need no bugs on my glass, bears on my ass, or pop singer singing country songs. Plug plucking, chicken trucking, big wheels they're humming. High rate of fuel consumption, missing mama, needing loving, rolling with the wailing sound. Running like the Southern Shaker, I don't need no 40 acres to turn this rig around. I'm jacked up like a Chevy, but ain't heading to the levee. Lord have mercy sakes alive. On this high step and double clutching, gear jamming, chicken trucking, old school outlaw ride. It's a two-sticking, tooth-picking, possum grinning, coffee sipping, roadshow passing through your town. A rambling gypsy on a road with 18 on the floor and 18 pounding on the ground. I don't need to see bubblegum machine, blue lights flashing bright. On this high ball and skins are crawling, 6 days without my darling, gonna make it home tonight. Plug plucking, chicken trucking, big wheels they're humming. High rate of fuel consumption, missing mama, needing loving, rolling with a wailing sound. Running like the Southern Shaker, I don't need no 40 acres to turn this rig around. I'm jacked up like a Chevy, but ain't heading to the levee. Lord have mercy sakes alive. On this high step and double clutching, gear jamming, chicken trucking, old school outlaw ride. Chicken trucking, big wheels they're humming. High rate of fuel consumption, missing mama, needing loving, rolling with a wailing sound. I'm running like a Southern Shaker, I don't need no 40 acres to turn this rig around. I'm jacked up like a Chevy, but ain't heading to the levee. Lord have mercy sakes alive. this club looking chicken trucking. Big wheels, they're a humming. High ball and skins are crawling. darling. 6 days without my darling. High stepping, double clutching, gear jamming, chicken trucking, old school outlaw ride. Outlaw ride. Ooh, outlaw ride. Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys to giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. It's a family tradition, diesel's running through our veins. Our daddy showed us the roads, we were born in the fast lane. Branded by our heroes, taught to saddle up and move. We keep this country rolling, we're damn proud of what we do. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys.
Tap that wire there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Time generation, little old school salvation. Blazing trails across this nation, sea to shining sea. We're the last, we're the last, we're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up go boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, a modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Modern day outlaw gang. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. Saddle up, boys. Out here on this highway, rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life, no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time, just to send it on down the line.
Alright, so I'm at delivery. It turns out they got low bridges, low fixtures all the way around this thing. So we tried to go around back, didn't work, was too low. Now we're out front. And this is what we've got. Let's see. If there's anywhere I can get high enough. I wonder if there's a spot I can get high enough on the trailer to get the camera to be able to see up there. We're gonna try this. See what happens here. This is literally what we call too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. We got under the bridge. That was close. I think we actually rubbed it just a touch when we went under it. Now I think I'm in position where I'm supposed to be, but these guys are busy talking to each other, not telling me what I'm doing. So. Hopefully, we'll be getting this thing off here pretty quick.
I'm pulling 18 gears alive with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this old highway owns my soul. It's a crime I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. 18 years alive. There's no escaping this addiction, so until the day I die, I'm pulling 18 years alive. 18 years alive. 18 years alive. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. An American eagle tattooed on his left arm, Old Glory flying proud on that eastbound Western Star. He's got an MIA sticker